My world is all about maps for business. And in fact, what I love about this, firstly, in fact, I think that it's not well known that maps can actually be used for business, so I'm really excited by the opportunity to talk to organisations like yourselves about how we are assisting companies similar to yourselves and others. But most importantly is that, if I dare say it, it's pretty. It looks good. It gives you information that we as human beings relate to. Do we relate to Excel spreadsheets and textual or numeric reports? I don't. And I'm sure that in some way, shape or form that you guys don't either. But we relate to this information. And what I also love is that we come across lots of challenges that businesses have. I've suffered some of these challenges in my own business life at one time or another. And I've spoken to people in organisations who in some way have asked themselves the question, how do I get this information in a quick, easy to find way? Yes, I can drill into a report or an Excel spreadsheet, run a pivot table or whatever and get that information. But when you're dealing with realms and realms of information, you can sometimes miss the granular piece of information that you may require. It is awesome, as you would be familiar, to zoom into a piece of information on a map and even draw out a polygon and be able to centre that information based upon the demographic, your customers, your prospects, your competitors that you wish to find out about. And as Chris goes through his presentation and demonstration, you'll get a feel for what that actually means. So suffice to say that we've got lots of successful customers using Google Maps. This is a small spattering of utilities and telecommunications companies that are happy for us to put their logos on this slide. There's a wealth of other organisations, both in Australia, New Zealand and globally, who are using Google Maps for business. And many of them are successfully moving their enterprises to a visual format that is Google Maps for business. So what those organisations are doing at the end of the day, they are leveraging Google's mission. And that simply is to make the world's information universally accessible and useful. Surprise, surprise, geospatial is about making it accessible, useful and visual. So it's information that you've got within your organisation that usually in some cases, in a lot of cases I should say, has a location aspect to it. And if we can help you exploit that location aspect, it means that we can find that information on a map. And so you then provide that information from the many silos of databases or systems that you may already have to complement that by visualising that on a map and exploiting the data, exposing the data visually so that we as human beings can make better sense of it quickly. And this is what this is about, right? Making decisions quickly, cost effectively, allowing you to grow your business or save costs or inefficient processes in other places. And the greatest advantage that we have within Google is that the information is unparalleled. We have wealth of information that we are constantly improving and updating on. From anywhere from geospatial satellites through to the Ground Truth Project, through to even crowdsourced data. We are constantly updating and improving the data. And you may say, okay, so there is data about my house, the satellite view hasn't been updated in the last couple of years. It will be. It's something that we are constantly updating on a regular basis. And that is the power of the Google platform, one of the many examples of the power of the Google platform. So in the next couple of minutes, what I'm looking to do is actually go into describing a couple of successful clients who are utilising Google Maps for business. A great example is one close to home, at least closer to home in Australia, but something that you may relate to, and that is the problem that Ergon Energy have solved. So basically, Ergon Energy manage all of the electricity infrastructure across the state of Queensland. And they had a major issue in that they were manually inspecting and maintaining all of the assets around the vast area that is Queensland. In fact, to the point where it was costing tens of millions of dollars to continually do that on a regular basis over the course of the year. What they have exposed generally speaking, is utilising the Google Maps platform to provide a single source of truth for everything about their infrastructure. And for them, key word there is vegetation. They call this a vegetation management system. What that means is that we're talking about power poles, power lines, trees, and other situations in the infrastructure that may need attendance quickly or as a maintenance process. So they have employed an organisation called ROAMS, who use a system called LiDAR. It's basically a laser detecting system that flies around the state of Queensland and produces information about vegetation and other information as it changes and grows and adapts to the landscape. They're able to feed that into the Google Maps platform as one of the layers, and so they can now quickly see, by way of heat maps, trees growing close to a power line or a power pole that may need to be pruned, rather than a road crew miraculously seeing that one day or through a drive-by, versus seeing that and being flagged in real time in a nice screen on a map with a flashing dot or a red heat map showing that there could actually be an issue, and drill in and zoom into that location. That's exactly what they're able to leverage via the Google Maps platform. That, in fact, as I kind of alluded, has saved them somewhere in the order of about $60 or so million just by eliminating that redundant manual mechanism that they had previously. And the last one is Sutton East Surrey Water. So a UK council-based organisation who in fact were, I'm amused to say, in the dark ages. They had paper-based systems. Their road crews went back to retrieve jobs and maintenance orders back to headquarters. They had no real-time tablet, phone-based, job tracking system. They do now. They're utilising the Google's platform to essentially communicate all of those jobs and maintenance tasks in real time, and even things that come up as a highly critical severity 1 situation where there may be, a problem with a main or a situation with someone's residence. The public call in, they log a case. On a map, they can identify where that problem is on the map, where the nearest road crew may be in real time, match them up to the job, go out and service it. For them, it's just all about customer service. Now, in the background, it's actually saving them money as well, because they're not having to go back from a site, complete a job, go to headquarters, pick up the next job, go back out to that job, realise they've got the wrong tools in the van, the wrong van's gone out, the road crew isn't experienced on how to solve that issue. It's all done seamlessly, basically over a Google's Maps platform.